Let's cover this price action from today, guys, on the Nasdaq 100. So big gap down, okay? Big gap down going into today's session. You can see yesterday's low sitting right here at around 18,885. This was a big level. Now, what I was looking for realistically, because the market overall, all in all, was a little weak. If we were to open up inside this range or even a little bit above, this 18,885 was definitely going to be an area of interest to short into the next demand down here towards 18,720. Okay. But market took care of that for us. We gapped down, kind of put us in an awkward situation. If I kind of zoom out and we look a little bit to the left, the reason why this channel was pretty significant, because you can see for 2 days here, we traded, to the bottom of the range, to the top, to the bottom of the range, to the top. So you knew that when and if we started to get above 19,150, it was going to absolutely fly. You knew that once we got below 885, we had potential to come to 720. Now, did I see us coming all the way down to 18,065? No, but what I was thinking was, if we can get down below 885 and trade into 720, any loss of 720 could touch 18,050 right in this mark. This is going to be in between our daily 20 and our daily 5 at that point in time. And the market kind of did that all in pre-market. So to start today's session was a little bit rocky. And the reason being was, if you kind of look at the overnight session, we traded from 720 all the way down to 500. Okay, and then automatically back up. Now, there was a point in time here overnight where this kind of just, spiked up tremendously. And a lot of people, I had a couple people in my Discord that were actually involved in the long here. But, the reason is we filled the gap. Okay, so all it was just a backfill. Nothing to, nothing of significance. Market just bled off here. You can see kind of putting in this triple bottom here shortly off the open. And then we spiked all the way to the top of the range at 18,720. This was a good area to short because you were still putting in lower highs, right? So anytime you're putting in lower highs, look for those rejections off supply zones to play back down towards the bottom of the range. Now, I had a big area that I was looking for and waiting for 500s. If we got below London lows, I wanted to be involved in this short, and I was expecting us to come down to 18,360, which is our daily 10. Okay, not only did we go to 18,360, but we lost about another 300 points after that. So fantastic move. I was in and out of this particular short multiple times. Today was absolutely taxing mentally, because I did take some trades before we lost this area. Won some, lost some, won some, lost some, finished with a little bit of money. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a day where I'm probably going to get ready to just walk away if we can't confirm losing London lows. And well, when we lost London lows, we lost London lows. So how could you kind of attack this? Well, there's one way to attack it. Okay, I want you guys to kind of, stress a little bit more patience in your trading. When we came from the 500s all the way back up to 700 here, and we got rejected, you have to tell yourself one of two things. You have to trade the facts. The facts are that we ran into our daily 5, rejected. Failure to build upon that. Failure to get over this supply zone. Okay? We lost our 15-minute, 5-minute, 30-minute, 20 SMA. Okay? So our intraday moving average here, we lost that. We're moving back down towards 500. Realistically speaking, that was your stop. Short here, short here, short here, short here, short here, short here, short here. Didn't really matter as long as you were trending downwards and still staying below supply. You want to stay short until you reclaim a previous area of supply. Now to kind of finish off power hour, this thing absolutely exploded. It did get back over supply, and it did get back towards that 20 on a 15-minute time frame. But I mean, this was already so late in the day. Again, you could have flipped maybe here using that as a stop. Again, a little bit of a tricky trade, because you could have tried to flip here looking for a bounce off of this supply, and it just kept going down another 200 points. But all in all, this was a big level. So what I'm looking for tomorrow, obviously going to watch today's lows. you know, anything below 18,115. If we do get below that and we start to really crack below 18,065, I expect 17,900 to get tagged. If we hold this range, we've got a supply zone here at around 18,300, 18,272. So kind of keep this supply zone on watch. Again, depending on what we do in the overnight session here, you know, if we kind of dip below that and then reclaim it, you can see maybe a little bit of a bounce. Remember, short week, Thursday is our last trading day of the week, just due to the fact that we have Good Friday. So markets will be closed. If we kind of confirm and we get back over, you know, this London low, this 500 mark, you know, maybe there's an opportunity to kind of go long into 700s again. We would need a break, retest, kind of show some strength here, and then take out a previous high. Then you can maybe try to look for that long position, or, you know, run a tight stop around 500s coming off that floor. But again, just remember, anytime you are, you know, trending down, okay, short term, and you are going long into supply, you have a good opportunity, or a good possibility, excuse me, that you're probably going to get rejected, you know. So you want to be a little bit more cautious on the longs. Okay, I'm just going to say that you want to be a little bit more cautious on the longs. You at least want to see some consolidation at key levels, and then you want to see it hold as support and then take out a previous swing high. That will kind of signal to you that, you know, maybe there's an opportunity for this to kind of continue. Always look for the consolidation, always look for the break and retest hold, okay, before going long, and just keep your scalps, you know, to a minimum. Get green and get out, especially on a Friday, which tomorrow's Thursday, but it is acting as a Friday. So all in all, again, let's just call an ace a spade a spade. What am I looking at? Do we reclaim 500? Great. If we can reclaim 500, we potentially have space to 720. That's the range that I will look to play. If we get rejected at 500, I will look to short this back down into 270s or 300s, back down towards our daily 10. If we lose 18,272, look for a break, retest, hold, and then a push down towards 18,000. Those are the levels that I'm looking at, not focused on 18,008, not focused on 19,015, not focused on 17,009. I need to deal with what's in front of me, and what's in front of me is 18,300, 18,500, 18,720. Those are the ranges that I'm going to look to fully play tomorrow, depending on if we're trading over or below. Those ranges are going to depend on whether I'm going long or going short. Very simple. The only reason why I'm adding a simple moving average here, this 20, onto my chart as well, is because, let's say, for example, let's use this example. Towards power hour, we popped, we reclaimed this supply, we've backtested. So this is a break, retest, retest, retest. And if we're over our 20, okay, if we're over our 20, I want to stay long on that retest, and I want to target next supply. That's it, right? That's the trade. Like that's what you're looking for. So regardless of if this is Asian session or London session or New York session, doesn't really matter. The same rules apply. So if we kind of come into this supply and we fail to break, hold it, okay, what you want to look for is a rejection and then a loss of your 20, and then that break, retest, consolidation, and then the short, right? Then you're shorting back down towards 18,370s. Very, very simple stuff. Again, allow yourself enough room to kind of wiggle, because of the fact that, you know, markets can get extremely volatile when you're trading the NQ. I would definitely recommend right now to trade micros, kind of, you know, inch your way in with 1 or 2 micros. That way you can at least, you know, show up to the party and let it dance, right? Last thing you want to do is enter this with some big size and it whips against you 15, 20, 30 points, and you're forced to get out of the trade when the trade hasn't even started. So play it as such. Again, we will watch today's lows. Okay. So we will watch today's lows. We will watch London lows. Okay. That's where we're trading at right now. If we remain under these London lows all night tonight, I would look for the spike and then the rejection back down. That's what I would look for tomorrow. If we get over, okay, if we get over this supply, I would look for a little slight drop down, early trap, and then look for the push back up into 720s. That's the play that I would be looking for on both sides of the move. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to trade with me each and every single day live, make sure to join the Discord. I do offer a 30-day mentorship that you guys can definitely jump in on, get a little bit of private extra work. All that links down in the description box below. Also, Apex is 80% off right now. You can use code DAnthony, and I'll see all of you guys on the next video.